everyone. My name is Moshumi Pal. I am from a small town near Kolkata, West Bengal. I am currently working as a junior associate in State Bank of India, and I have recently cleared IBPS RRB Scale 1 Officer exam. Today I would like to share my strategies with you. What were my strategies? How did I manage all the subjects? I would like to share. So firstly, I would like to clear some myths regarding banking exams, for which I feel many students, including me, I also first felt this. They think that they cannot clear a banking exam. So first one is only people with good command over mathematics or quant, they can clear a banking exam. So this is a complete myth. Even if your quant is weak, you can gradually practice over it and improve yourself and easily clear any banking exams. Second is people from English medium background can excel in English. So this is a complete myth, but I felt initially my feeling was like this. I come from a Bengali medium background. I did my schooling from nursery to class 12 in Bengali medium only. So I felt that how can I excel in this subject? But English was the subject that gave me edge in any exam, may it be pre, may it be mens. It was my subject. I knew that this is going to save me. Okay, then lastly, many people think that only people from some IT background, some engineering background, they have a great edge over others, over us. We cannot excel. So that is also a myth. I am from general stream. My subject was biology. I did masters in biology. You can do anything, any subject, art, science, commerce, anything. Still, you are equally potent, equally capable of clearing any banking exams. Okay. Now coming back to my strategies. So what strategies did I follow? I would go section by section. So firstly, quant. So quant was a subject initially I was very much afraid of. There was no other reason to be weak in quant. For me, I was actually afraid that I cannot do calculations fast. How will I clear this subject, clear this exam with at least average marks in quant? I thought this. So for that, I completely referred to Rajan Sir of Infinitesimal channel. From his videos, I cleared my basics first. I also saw his YouTube free available videos, and I took his course, SBIPO course of 2020. And I would like to say that only because of him, my basics were initially cleared, and then sir slowly moved to high level questions. And I would like to clear at this point that this is not a promotion, this is not any kind of advertisement. I would just like to express my gratitude towards sir, that only because of you my quant was improved drastically. Yes. So initially what you can do is clear the chapters, clear the basics of the chapters. You first identify that I want to do this and clear the chapters, the basics. Then you go for some Sarvesh Verma book that I referred, or any other book that you want. But after that, you have to do immense practice. I practice from mock test and quizzes. Another thing that I want to add here is, many people say that we will do 3 chapters, 4 chapters in quant, and उसमें ही जो आएगा हम लोग पूरा कर देंगे. तो ये उनका strategy हो सकता है. But what I felt that when you are going for an exam, you prepare each and every chapter. And the main funny thing is, the chapters that people feel very that are very tough, like probability, that may be mensuration, those are the chapters that will fetch you the biggest marks. So don't ignore such chapters that people will tell ये तो बहुत tough है, ये वो है. But you clear your basics of all chapters, you practice from all chapters, you get yourself super ready for exam. then you will feel no problem कि एक chapter से बहुत tough आ गया तो I know the basics of other chapters, I can manage the questions. Otherwise आप 2 ही chapter पढ़ के गए हैं and the questions that have come from those chapters are very tough, then what will we do? You have to think. Okay, this was all that I did for my quant. First from Sir's videos, second from Sarvesh Verma book, and thirdly from mocks, repeated mocks. I gave mocks every day, or sometimes 2 or 3 mocks a day. Many people say that we give mock on only weekends, and for weekdays we do not refer to mocks. That may be their strategies, but what I did is every day I gave mocks. Or even if there were some skip in mocks, I used to give quizzes at least. Okay, secondly, coming to general awareness. This was a nightmare for me because I didn't have any idea regarding the static portion, and what I thought is I have to choose. If I want to go for static portion of general awareness, I would have to invest a lot much time in it, but the outcome will be not according to that effort. So what I thought is I would just refer to 6 months of current affairs, and I just prepared 6 months of current affairs from there are 2 sources. First is Affairs Cloud. I referred to daily that PDFs that come in Affairs Cloud. I used to study them. And the second is Study IQ weekly videos. I referred only to these 2 sources. Now, how did I utilize these 2 sources? Firstly, the Study IQ videos. So you have to identify your characters, your weakness, strength, everything. That, as giving an example, I am a slow eater. मैं बहुत धीरे धीरे खाती हूँ. सो व्हाट आई यूज टू डू कि जब भी मैं डिनर या लंच करती थी तो उस टाइम पे एक स्टडी IQ का वीकली वीडियो चला देती थी. द वीडियोज़ आर ऑफ लाइक 20 to 25 minutes, एंड वही टाइम मुझे लगता था खाने में, तो 2 दिन में मेरा 1 मंथ रिवाइज हो जाता था. ऐसे करते करते मैं पूरा मंथ को 6 मंथ को रिवाइज करती ही रहती थी. देयर वर नो पॉज. In every lunch and every dinner I would do the same. Okay. Now the Affairs Cloud daily PDFs, you can write them if you feel comfortable. Like I felt comfortable in writing, but many times what happened, we procrastinate, and I also did that, and I skipped writing in between. There were many times, but what I discovered at the end of the 6 months that I made notes of like hardly 3 or 4 months, but those 3-4 months notes were very helpful. I felt that अरे मैंने पूरा 6 month का क्यों नहीं बनाया properly. So if you can make notes, you can make e-notes in laptops, you can make notes in your registers or copies, or even if you don't want to make notes, you can just go by reading the daily PDFs. So that will be enough, I would say. Now next section is reasoning. So reasoning is a section that can fetch you great marks. Yes, you just need to have 2 things. First is good command over puzzles, and second is your sense of logical reasoning. So to develop the first one, good command over puzzle, that is the most needed thing for the reasoning section. What you can do is firstly clear how to approach a puzzle. You clear these basic things. Like initially when I started my preparation in 2019, the tail end of 2019, I initially referred to Ankush Lamba Sir's videos, that how to write the conditions of puzzles, and then I referred to Infinitesimal Sir's channel's videos, that how to do high level puzzles. So by that way I cleared my basics, that how I should approach a puzzle, and after getting a fair idea of how I should approach, I just did practice. lot of practice from books, from quizzes, from any online PDF sources, from mocks. I just made sure that each day I am doing puzzles. I am not skipping puzzle for a single day. Okay, so that was for puzzle. And for logical reasoning, if you already have some sense of logical reasoning कि ये ऐसा दिया है तो क्या होना चाहिए, then you are lucky enough. And even if you don't have, you refer to some videos, you understand कि what is strengthening, what is weakening, and what is like the other things of this logical reasoning section. And after that you refer to mocks. You can refer to practice mock or olive board. For mocks I only refer to these two sources and no other else. And for quizzes I refer to Adda and Grade Up also partly. So for that, for the whole reasoning section, my strategy was only this: I would first learn how to do it, then I will practice every day. That's all. And another thing I would like to mention, for puzzle, what I did is I tried to identify which puzzle I'm going to pick in exam, because in exam there will be many puzzles. You have to pick some puzzles. You are not going to do all the puzzles. So what I did is I made a chart of like floor based puzzle, box based puzzle, 2 variable, 3 variable puzzles, ऐसे करके मैंने चार्ट बनाया. एंड उस पर्टिकुलर टाइप का मान लीजिए 10 पजल मैंने किया. एंड आई यूज टू राइट डाउन द टाइम्स कि कितना टाइम लगा उसे. Then at the end of the week I would go through the papers and I would think that which puzzle I would choose in exam. मान लीजिए कोई puzzle में मेरा 7-8 मिनट लग रहा, I would ignore it. कुछ puzzle में मेरा 2-3 मिनट लगता था, like floor based, box based, sitting arrangement, ये मुझसे बहुत जल्दी होता था. अल्टीमेटली पहले नहीं होता था, बहुत प्रैक्टिस के बाद बहुत जल्दी होने लगा था. तो मैं ऐसा नोट्स बना के रखी थी पेपर के बैक में कि ये पजल मैं फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी दूंगी, एंड सेकंड प्रायोरिटी, थर्ड प्रायोरिटी एंड लास्ट प्रायोरिटी, ऐसे करके मेरा अपना खुद एक सेल्फ असेसमेंट का मेरा बना हुआ था. तो ये आप कर सकते हैं. दिस थिंग यू कैन अडॉप्ट, दैट यू हैव टू असेस योर सेल्फ as you progress, because otherwise if you don't track your progress you don't understand even if you are going in right direction or wrong direction. You have to identify. So you can do this. I also used to write marks of my mock test in a paper, and in my room all the walls are filled of small paper notes, sticky notes and everything. I used to write this thing and stick on the walls because I wanted myself to every day look at those notes and identify that I'm doing this right, I'm doing that wrong, and I have to identify it and I have to correct it. Okay, now lastly, coming to English. English is a wonderful subject. Anybody can excel in it. As I initially said, there is no bar, like English medium students can do it good in it. But what I feel that you have to take English as a language, not as a subject. If you take English as a subject, what you will like to do कि हर दिन मैं क्वेश्चन करूँगी, मैं कुछ रूल्स पढ़ूँगी. But what I did is I took it as a subject. जैसे हम I took it as a language. जैसे हम कोई language सीखते हैं तो कैसे सीखते हैं? We learn from books, we hear content, and we see. So for that, what you can do, you can read newspaper every day if you are comfortable. If you are not comfortable, you can read magazines, you can read any article, anything of your choice. You can read also blogs, but you have to read something. That you have to make sure that I made sure for myself that every day I'm reading at least something, at least half an hour of English content, any good level English content. I'm just referring to it. So for newspaper, I refer to 2 newspapers. One is The Hindu and the second is The Economic Times. So those 2 newspapers, I felt that their editorials are of very good level, and initially I met with some problems कि मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था सब कुछ, but gradually मुझे बहुत आने लगा वो। मैं हर दिन पढ़ती थी और सुबह उठ के वो नहीं पढ़ी तो मुझे बहुत डिस्कम्फर्ट लगता था. एंड अनदर थिंग दैट आई डिड विथ न्यूज़पेपर इज़ आई यूज़ टू राइट डाउन द वर्ड्स दैट आई डिडंट नो इन अ रजिस्टर. ऐसे करते करते मेरा एक रजिस्टर ख़त्म हो गया था और एक रजिस्टर को मैं लिख रही थी. For English, you can like read newspaper or read any content, read books, novels, anything. And you can, if you like to watch movies, like watch web series, you can refer to the web series, English web series or English movies with subtitles. And you can also try to speak in English. Try a little bit, because many of us feel shy that हमारा उतना एक्सपोजर नहीं था इनिशियली स्कूल लेवल में, सो हाउ कैन वी स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. बट just you try and you will be amazed to see your improvement after some time. You will yourself be amazed. And now for English I would like to add one more thing, that give regular quizzes. That for English I didn't much refer to mocks, I refer to quizzes more. That small 10 minute का 5 मिनट का quizzes जो आते हैं ना अड्डा पे या ग्रेड अप पे, मैं वो रेगुलरली करती थी. और उसका एक टाइम आप फिक्स अगर कर लेंगे तो वो आपके लिए अच्छा होगा. लाइक मैं लंच के बाद थोड़ा वो नींद उतना नहीं आती है, बट देयर इज़ अ लाइक फीलिंग ऑफ स्लीपीनेस. सो उस टाइम में मैं बैठे बैठे पूरा क्विज देती रहती थी. यू डोंट नीड पेपर एंड पेन फॉर इट, सो यू कैन ईजिली डू इट. और अगर आप कहीं जा रहे हैं ऑन ट्रैवल, बस, ट्रेन, तो आप उधर पे भी ऐसे इंग्लिश क्विज देते रहते थे. तो मैं वैसे ही करती थी इंग्लिश का. एंड लास्टली आई वुड लाइक टू से अबाउट मॉक्स, दैट आई कैन नॉट एम्फसाइज इनफ ऑन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ मॉक्स. मैं मॉक्स बहुत देती थी, हर रोज़ देती थी. इवन लोग बोलते हैं कि मेंस के मॉक्स 1-2 देना चाहिए, दैट इज़ इनफ, दैट मे बी इनफ फॉर देम, बट फॉर मी आई फील दैट आई हैव टू गिव एटलीस्ट 10 मॉक्स. मैंने मेंस का भी बहुत सारे मॉक्स दिए हैं. एंड मॉक्स सिर्फ देना नहीं है, उसका एनालाइज करना है. सो व्हाट आई फॉर एनालिसिस व्हाट आई डिड इज़, एक पेपर में मैं अपना डेट, किस डेट में मॉक दे रही हूँ, उसका नंबर, उसका सेक्शन वाइज मार्क्स, परसेंटाइल, एक्यूरेसी, रैंक, ये सब भी लिखती थी. और लिख के ऐसे जैसे बोला कि वॉल में चिपका देती थी और रोज़ देखती थी कि मेरा कितना इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रहा है. और एक डायरी था मेरा जिसमें मैं मॉक में मेरा जो जो गलती हुआ और जो मुझे सुधारना है, जिस चैप्टर में मुझे फोकस करना है और जिस चैप्टर मुझे अच्छा मार्क्स दे रहा है, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करके मैं उस डायरी में लिखती थी. सो फॉर दैट यू कैन मेंटेन सम डायरी और एनीथिंग, कि उसमें आपको देखना है कि आप कितना सही जा रहे हैं. दैट इज़ ऑल्सो, आई थिंक दैट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. एंड लास्टली आई वुड लाइक टू से कि इन द टाइम ऑफ प्रिपरेशन बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आएंगी. येस, दे हैव टू कम. सबके लाइफ में, सबके फेज़ में एक आता है बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस, बहुत सारे लोग बहुत कुछ बोलेंगे. बट व्हाट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड, व्हाट यू can keep in mind is, my success will be my best answer. I am not going to reply each one of them back. My success will be the best answer. And lastly, I would like to convey my gratitude, and I would like to dedicate my success first of all to God, to my Almighty, and secondly my Ma, Baba and my Dada Bhai, and lastly to Rajan Sir. I would like to convey my gratitude to you, and without these persons and God, I wouldn't have been here. So thank you, and thank you for listening, and best of luck.